my real estate journey, it started in 2009, the worst time possible probably to get in the housing market. As many know, there was no housing market. It had crashed. But that was really why I got in. I have always had such a deep appreciation for the power of our homes and what they represent for us. And I knew kind of firsthand how it felt to lose your home. And so I dived headfirst. I quit my job and I jumped in because I really wanted to help people. I really wanted them to know that what was happening wasn't personal, but that they could experience that transition with a lot of grace. And I was really committed to creating a positive experience for people in a really challenging time. And so I jumped in and I've never really looked back. And so the first 5 years, I was a sole agent. I was figuring it out on my own. I was blessed with like a fabulous mentor who came into my life a couple years in, and she really changed the whole trajectory of my career. And by my 5th year, I had seen some success. And I realized that the way that I was doing it was actually quite unusual to the rest of the industry. And I also realized I really needed help, but I didn't want to create a traditional team. But I knew I needed help. So I brought on an amazing agent who is still a part of my team to help me, but also because I wanted to give back. I wanted to coach and mentor her just like someone had poured into me. And that was the start of Home Collective. And together, we grew Home Collective over the last 10 years. There's now 10 amazing agents, all top producers in their own right, all women who started with me in Home Collective at the beginning of their career and have since blossomed as such amazing agents. And together, we're all really committed to obviously the client experience, but really heartfelt relationships. We've really built a relationship-based business. One where we really believe that the journey that you go on to finding your new home or selling your home and moving to another one is just as important as the destination. And I realized that I've taken that same philosophy into my coaching as well. I got into coaching officially. Obviously, I've been coaching my team, even though I didn't realize that's what I was doing for 10 years. But I got into coaching at the beginning of 2021, but honestly, after a particularly challenging 2020. 2020 was the best year of my career. I was top producer. My business had done the most it had ever done. The women on my team were crushing it. We were in the top 1.5% in the nation. I mean, we had arrived. And I was miserable. And I was really burned out, but I was also deeply resentful of the business I had built and the industry, which was really hard for me because it was something that I had loved for so long. I had a bit of a real internal crisis of how can I have spent this much time and worked this hard and gotten it to this place and be so miserable. And so I took a sabbatical the second half of 2020. Again, people thought I was absolutely crazy to walk away and take a break during the best year of my career. But I knew that I couldn't keep going that way. But I didn't know what I was going to do. And to be honest, I thought I was going to get out of the industry because I could not keep doing it like that. And so I took a break. And it was at the end of those 4 months of deep soul searching, a lot of naps, a lot of crying. I had a realization that the first 8 years of building my business and Home Collective was pure joy. And it was because the way that I was doing it was really aligned with who I was and what I wanted in my life and how I wanted to show up in the industry and what I wanted to create for my clients. And then somewhere along the way, I got off course and I started listening to the industry prescribed ways of doing things, ways that were not aligned for me. And that led me to being really burned out. And when I realized that, it's almost as if the moment I realized there was this before time and this after time, and that my work now was to get back to running my business and my life from a way that was really aligned and authentic to me, did a message come through very loud and clear in the shower, which sometimes is where the best things happen. But this message came through very loud and clear that now that I realize this, that was my work. My work was to go help coach and mentor other women to know that there is really a formula to creating abundant businesses, to making all of their ambitious dreams become a reality, And that is through listening to their authentic selves, to doing it in the ways that are aligned for them. What I hear from the women that I coach about what makes my coaching unique is that I'm coaching the whole human. I'm not just coaching you on what you need to do in your business or tactics to create success. We're talking about who you authentically are and how you want to create that success for yourself in your life and in your business. These things are so interconnected. By prioritizing not just who you are with what you do, it creates a really personalized plan. A lot of the coaching in the industry is pretty broad strokes. It's pretty generic. It's kind of one size fits all, or it's a way of being in the business that doesn't feel good to a lot of us. And so my coaching is really personalized. I believe in the helm because we need more women coaching in the real estate space. And I know that what I have seen just in these brief 6 months from a meeting with Danielle back in April to the launch of the helm in October, just how meaningful this work is, just how impactful having more female voices in the real estate space is, particularly to other women. So I believe that the work the helm is doing and the mission and its purpose is just really profound for our industry.